farms. And I want to thank so many of you who've opened up your farms to us. I see Senator John Astle there, who buys local, he eats local, he drinks local, he does ice cream local, he does everything local. I want to thank Dr. Christine Bergmark and the Southern Maryland Agricultural Development Commission. They started the Buy Local Challenge 6 years ago, and since then, it's really taken off across our state. I mean, 6 years ago, you did not see the amount of produce that was available in grocery stores that was advertised as Buy Local. This movement, this awareness that the future is all about local economies. I mean, can you imagine eating a poor little tomato that had to drive all the way across California before it got here? Think about all the mileage, think about all the gasoline, think of all the fuel. And we know it's better for our health, we know it's better for the health of our environment, we know it's better for the health of our economy, and we know it's better for the health and the profitability of Maryland farms. Maryland farms, can you imagine Maryland without farms? We wouldn't be Maryland without farms. Maryland farmers not only put food on our table, they are also, each of you, is at the forefront of creating that much more sustainable future that we want for our kids. A future where our kids have jobs, where they have opportunities, where they're also able to breathe the air and able to fish in streams that are healthy and coming back to life. And I want to thank you all so much for what you do to make our state better. Also, we have a number of chefs and producers here. I want to thank them for sharing their talents with us. And I can't wait to walk around and sample some of the dishes. This is a calorie-busting door-to-door for me. So I also want to thank the Geckos. How about our band, the Geckos? Give a round of applause. I may get up and sing a song with them later, only when it's time to clear the yard. I don't know. Look, Buying Local supports our farmers. It supports agriculture. And so it supports local jobs, local economies, helps us create a cleaner, greener future. And we also, in order to establish some truth in advertising, so that they didn't just slap a grown local tomato or slap a grown local symbol on a tomato that drove from California or Florida or someplace. We also have a truth in advertising law now that many of you helped us pass in the legislature, to make sure that when products are advertised as local, they actually are local, that they're actually supplied by, produced by Maryland farmers. We're connecting also lower income families and senior citizens with fresh local produce at our farmers markets, always updating our Maryland's Best website. This year we're introducing another way to support farmers. Buddy's going to be on the ice cream trail. Measure his waist now.
2 more to go.
Measure his waist now, and then see if he was truly on the ice cream trail. I can tell you that many of you stowed some of your ice cream ahead of time in the big walk-in government house freezer, and the O'Malley children have been on the ice cream trail for the last 3 days. That's a fact. This year we're also, this trail, by the way, features 7 farm-based creameries that produce and sell ice cream right on their farms. I think I saw the Kilby family represented here today. The Priggle Family Creamery, thank you for donating the ice cream today, both of you. Also, our Buy Local campaign is one of the ways we're supporting our producers and family farms. We have preserved, all of us together as a state, as a people, as Marylanders, have been able to preserve more than 44,000 acres of open space through the Maryland Agricultural Land Preservation Foundation. And there are a lot of states across the country who had programs like that just got cut in their stride to dismantle our government. We said, hell no, it's not our money, it belongs to our kids. And we need to preserve farms for the future, and so we continue doing that. Together, we're also protecting our poultry industry and our environment by fighting to ensure that poultry farmers can compete on a level playing field. A lot of that involves trade stuff, but we've had a great relationship with the president and his people on that score. And together, we're continuing to fully fund the great work that so many of you are doing on cover crops. We have hit an all-time high when it comes to the amount of acreage, and thanks to you. So thank you for that. I'll keep protecting that in the state budget. You all keep planting the cover crops. And I also want to thank you for everything you've done to help restore the health of the Chesapeake Bay. There are, not to turn this into a Bay science lecture, but you all know better than anyone that there are, 3 or 4 big drivers of nutrients into the bay. Yes, one of them is farm runoff, but the other big ones are the sewage discharge. And another big one is the stormwater runoff that happens in suburban communities like Falls Mead and other communities all across the state that we're only now getting a handle on. And also the septic systems, which if you just let people slap in 300 of those suckers and put in a big house, eventually that septic systems, even if they operate properly, degrade our water quality. Well, I'll tell you what, if we had made as much progress in the last 20 years on those other sources as Maryland farmers have made in reducing nutrient pollutions on their farms, there would be a much healthier Chesapeake Bay already. So you're leading the way, and I really appreciate that. So look, if you want to learn more, just log on www.marylandsbest.net, where you can sign up for the Buy Local Challenge this year and learn about where you can get local products near you. Usually the Buy Local Challenge is what? Every week?
Well, it's for a week. We challenge people to eat local products for a week.
For a week. Every meal?
Every day.
Every meal? At least one meal a day. At least one meal a day. Have local product in that meal for a week. If you had local products in every single meal, we'd be a much better state. That's where we're driving towards. That's where we're headed. And you know what? The market demand is there. Have you noticed the number of restaurants that have popped up, even in the course of this recession, that say and advertise, bought locally, local meats, local produce? Consumers want this. People want this. We all understand that over the course of the last several decades, we've become very disconnected from one another, from the land, from those that produce the food that we eat. And there is a yearning that every Maryland consumer has to be better connected to their local economy, better connected to the produce that is grown locally here. And that's a real positive and solid movement forward. So Maryland, as usual, is at the forefront of that movement. So it's my honor now to present the Buy Local Challenge proclamation. And what is a governor without a proclamation? And here is Takira wearing her locally tie-dyed dress. And so this is the audience participation sign. I don't know whether to hope it doesn't rain or to hope it does rain.
It does rain.
It does rain, right? How many of you would like to see it rain? Raise your hand.
When I
But
get
to all
home.
of our farmers have been so hard hit by the drought,
get a
the
couple
best
inches
way to
When I
make
get
it rain
home.
is to schedule an
Tomorrow's
outdoor
gonna
Irish
be.
festival. It's a proven fact that if you have an outdoor Irish festival, even if you just have one musician, schedule it, advertise it, the clouds will open up on that day. So here we go. When I go like this, I need everybody on the front lawn of Government House to shout, "Whereas." Are you ready? Here we go. One practice.
Whereas
Maryland agriculture provides high-quality, locally grown and produced food for all of the citizens of this great state and citizens across the world. And whereas local farmers link the past to the present and are important and invaluable to the state's economy, environment, and quality of life for future generations. And let's see who's still paying attention. The support of Maryland Farms is found through its citizens' desire for farmland and their choices to purchase fresh, locally grown produce, which contributes higher nutrition, better taste, less waste, and less pollution. And whereas the state of Maryland is committed to promoting locally grown food, local agricultural enterprises, and calls upon citizens throughout our state to do their part in their homes, at their dinner tables, at their schools. Do we have anybody that's producing, that's promoting locally grown at schools? Some of you, yes, yes, yes. I heard some of you shout, "Whereas." I shouldn't put my hand for that. To choose products that are produced in the region's farmland each day during this week the last week of July 2012. I think we need to up the challenge. You know, when you hit the benchmark, it's time to raise the benchmark. So now, therefore I, Martin O'Malley, drum roll please. It's not a drum roll, that's a Jimmy Buffett song. Do hereby proclaim July 21st to 29th, 2012 as the 5th annual Buy Local Week in Maryland. Call upon all citizens of our state to join in this celebration, in this action, in these affirmative steps forward. Congratulations, and here you go, buddy.